Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium, Vancouver 2014. I have Olivier Garret, Casey Research, a private organization. Olivier, welcome to SNN Live.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
It's good to have you. Let's get right into it. Tell us about Casey Research, well-known brand. Tell us what you do.
All right. Well, Casey Research is basically a company that was founded by my partner, Doug Casey, over 30 years ago. We've specialized first in the resource sector. We have over 40,000 paid subscribers worldwide. We reach about 500,000 free subscribers with our research. And in addition to having mining and energy division, we also do research in the technologies sector and in global macroeconomics.
So you're a perfect person to ask this question. We're standing in a resource conference with all levels of resources in the hard assets. Tell me what's going on in the market.
Well, as you know, the market, especially the junior resource sector, has been under tremendous stress for the last 2.5 years. I think we are now at a period where we're bottoming out. I believe a segment of the market is starting to turn around. Overall, I don't anticipate an immediate bull market, but I think it is now quite encouraging. What is encouraging to me is that the vast majority of investors have given up on the resources, and that's exactly as a contrarian. And Doug Casey is the ultimate contrarian. That's the one thing you want to do, is start investing when nobody wants to be in the market, and this is a very exciting time for all of us, I think.
So what are the reactions to your research when you put out something that's nearly bullish on the market?
Well, I mean, actually, we filmed a very interesting documentary called Downturn Millionaires with Frank Schustra last January. And the point that Frank was making in the documentary, and it was echoed by some of the other people we interviewed, was that, in his entire career, 40 years, and Doug Casey will say the same thing, this is about as bad a bear market as there has been. And these are exactly the times where you want to start investing. And these are the times where people will actually see the 10, 20, what we call 10, 20, 30 baggers, where you actually have tremendous returns. People have to be patient. It may not happen, next 6 months, but this is the time. If you don't invest now, I think it's, you might miss the boat. That's it.
So besides the number one question that most investors want to know is, when should they buy? What's the next most popular question that investors ask?
Well, I mean, obviously, very often it's what should they buy? And I think, one of the things that Doug has done in the past is really focus on what we call the 8 Ps. And the most important, this is basically, it's kind of a formula to look at companies and sort through the hundreds and thousands of companies and pick the 5 or 6 that are likely to be very profitable. And the first of the 8 P is look at the people, the people that are actually behind the company. And then right now we tend to like companies that are, near production or at least mature exploration and good target for early explorations are still a long way from bouncing back.
What are you speaking about today?
Well, I am actually speaking only on Friday. We run a certain number of hedge funds in the resource sector, and I am on a panel with Mayor and Katusa, and we co-manage this 4 hedge funds, and so we're going to talk about how we invest in the sector. And that's on Friday morning.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What do you feel makes the resource sector unique in today's market?
Well, the resource sector, first of all, I mean, resources is something tangible. the world need resources. Populations are growing. The average population around the world is getting richer, which means that they will need more resources of all kinds, not just gold, silver, but definitely energy and iron and copper. And so it's a sector that is absolutely needed. There is a finite amount of resource. It's more and more expensive to explore and produce resources. And right now it's selling at 10 cents on the dollar when the rest of the markets are overpriced. So as a contrarian, it is, from a timing perspective, one of the best time that definitely has been in my lifetime.
But you're still young.
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, obviously, it all is relative. But it's after, there's still about 30 years, and I think this is about as good as it has been.
And your website is?
It's www.caseyresearch.com, CASEY research.com. And there we have a lot of free information, including the documentary that I mentioned, Downturn Millionaires, and I think you might really enjoy watching it.
Olivier Garret, KC Research, a private research organization. You go to the website to find out more information. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNN Live, and we're coming to you from Sprott's Natural Resource Symposium in Vancouver, 2014. Olivier,
Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you for coming.
It was my pleasure.